Hey guys, what's going on? It's Waldo. Today we're here for episode number 19 of my Los Angeles Angels franchise here on Out of the Park Baseball 17. We are here. It is October 2nd, 2021. We're about to start up our ALDS against the Houston Astros, who finished 103-59 this season. Let's just take a quick look at them. Actually, before we do that, let's take a quick look at us. So if we go to the team home screen, you see our only major injury is Clayton Kershaw. He will be out 3 to 4 months, so obviously he's not coming back for the playoffs, but that's fine. I'm confident in our four-man rotation for not only this 5-game series, but if we make it to the ALCS and the World Series, a 7-game series. And I'm confident in Fernandez, Carrasco, Matz, and Fulmer. Our bullpen, I'm pretty confident in as well. Our lineup, I think, I am confident in them. Don't get me wrong, but it is a little iffy, especially when you get down to the 7, 8, 9 hitters. It's definitely not as potent as it's been in recent years, but what are you going to do? So let's just take a look at how the Houston Astros did. So we can go to this, and we're just going to jump right into this here. So here we go. Game sound is disabled. So just looking at the Houston Astros, 103-59, first place in the American League West, 57-24 at home, 46-35 on the road, 6-8 in extra inning games, 34-16 in one-run games. They were 10-0 in their last 10 games, so they ended out the season on a very big hot streak. 16-9 in April, 16-3 in May, 20-5 in June, 17-12 in July, 16-12 in August, 18-8 in September. They were 5th in the AL in batting average, 2nd in OBP, 3rd in slugging, 3rd in OPS, 3rd in runs scored, 6th in hits, 4th in extra base hits, 2nd in home runs, 3rd in base on balls or walks, 13th in strikeouts, and 3rd in stolen bases. And looking at their pitching, it's just as good, if not better. 3rd in the AL in earned run average, 2nd in stars ERA, 4th in bullpen ERA, 4th in runs allowed, 15th in hits allowed, but 2nd in opponent's average, 3rd in BABIP, 8th in home runs allowed, 14th in walks allowed, 3rd in strikeouts, and 3rd in defensive efficiency. So it's definitely clear this team is a lot better than our team. Looking at their lineup, they got Daz Cameron in center field, George Springer as the DH, Garrett Stubbs as the catcher, AJ Reed as the first baseman. I think it's actually pretty funny because in this save, he actually turned out to be like a really, really good player, but in my Phillies franchise, he actually did not turn out to be that good, which I think is pretty interesting. That's one of the things I like about this game. Like, no two save files are going to ever be like exactly the same. Like, I mean, AJ Reed is a stud in this save file, but in the Phillies franchise, he's just like an average player, if that, which I thought was pretty cool. But regardless, batting 5th would be Carlos Correa, the shortstop, followed by Mike Gerber, the right fielder, maybe Gerber, I'm not sure. Should probably look that up. Darnell Sweeney, the left fielder. That's right. I guess they got him from the Phillies a while back. Kyle Moran, the third baseman, and Jonathan Arroz. His name is Jonathan Gimmick, the second baseman. It's funny, too. Like, I don't know why. I was just looking at someone with, like, that last name, like, a few days ago, and now I don't know how to pronounce it. But regardless, their starting pitcher today is going to be Lance McCullers Jr., but looking at their other pitchers, you see they have RJ Alvarez, Jonathan Quintin, Tyler Skaggs, and then looking in at their relief pitchers, Kyle Barraclough, Dalton Jeffries, Dan Jennings, Kyle McHugh, David Robertson, Alex Scherf, Dan Slania, and Ken Giles, who's actually struggling a bit in real life, surprisingly, but I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure he'll get back to the way he performed last year and the past couple of years, I suppose, with the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm interested to see what happened to Keuchel, because I'd love to know what happened to. So he is on he's in AAA, really. He's only 33. Oh, wow, that's the reason. He's just not rated very highly in this game. Okay, what does OSA have him at? Yeah, that's the reason. He's just not rated very highly. Like last year with Houston, he had a 5.12 ERA, and the year before that a 4.83, and even in Fresno, a 1.65 WHIP. Ugh, that's not good. 35 Ks to 26 walks. That's I could definitely see why he is not on the major league roster. But regardless, let's just take one quick look at the playoff coverage, just as a recap from last episode. So the Milwaukee Brewers defeated the Los Angeles Dodgers 9-2 in the NL wildcard game. So looking at the playoff matchups now in the divisional series, we have us against Houston, the Yankees going up against the Indians, the Brewers and the Cubs, and the Padres and the Philadelphia Phillies. So without any further ado, let's hop right into this. Hopefully we can get past the ALDS. It seems like we've had trouble getting past not only the wild card game, but this round as well. Wow, their 3-4-5 is just insane. All right, well, let's see. We got Carrasco on the bump for us here in Game 1 of the ALDS from Houston. So let's, I guess let's get to it. So nothing going on in the first inning, but we do get a run in the second inning. But they get it right back in the bottom of the second. We score 2 in the third, though. Carrasco is still okay on pitches. We get another one in the fourth. He's still okay. They get one back in the bottom of the fourth, so now the deficit is only 2 runs. So after 4 innings, we lead the Houston Astros 4-2, and we put up a big 4 spot there in the 5th inning, but Carrasco is at 74 pitches, so I'm going to let him get through this inning, and then that'll be all for him, because I do not want to risk anything. So let's go to all pitchers, and then they have lefty, righty, lefty, switchy, lefty, lefty. I might as well put Chapman in, just to be safe. So we're going to put Chapman in, because aside from Matz, who's our starting pitcher anyway, Chapman's the only lefty we have in the pen, so let's just do that. So can we get anything going in the top of the 6th inning? No, we cannot. So it's still an 8-2 lead after 5.5 frames. Carrasco, it says it's okay at 87 pitches, but I'm just going to be safe and take him out. I mean, he has a 6-run lead, so there's... Oh, whoops, I always do that. I accidentally always sit these guys down. So we're put in Aroldis Chapman, so hopefully he can get through this inning without any issues, and he does. So, let's see. They still have a lot of lefties. Actually, no, I'm going to be safe. Let's put in Colomb, actually. Yeah, so we're going to warm up Colomb. Okay, so top of the 7th here. Okay, so we get a hit, but it's still no run, so it's still 8-2 after 6.5 innings. So let's go back. Let's put Colomb in, and since Colomb has some stamina, he should be able to get us to the end of the game. So it doesn't. We get 1 there in the top of the 8th. So now the lead's 9-2. So we're in pretty good shape. And then okay, so now we're in the bottom of the 9th inning. Colomb's still in there. He's at 31 pitches, so he's good to go. He has to face Correa, Gerber, and Sweeney here. So let's see if he can get us this first win in Game 1 of the 2021 ALDS. So here's Correa. He's gone 2 for 3, and he flies out to the right fielder, Bryce Harper. So 1 away. And now here is the right fielder, Gerber. 2-0 count. It's solo home run, 450 feet. If we weren't leading by 7 runs, I would be a little more upset about that, but we still have that 6-run advantage, so I'm not too concerned. So here's Sweeney on a 1-2 count, no hits today, and he grounds out to McCullough over at short. So now 2 away. Colin Moran, the Astros' third baseman, it's all up to him to keep this game alive. 1-2 count to Moran. He's 1 for 3 today with a double, and he flies out to Mike Trout out in center field, and that will do it. So in Game 1 of the 2021 ALDS, Los Angeles absolutely destroys the Houston Astros by a final score of 9-3. Wow. This is really, our offense is really coming alive. Like normally in the past several years, the offense has been the issue when it comes to the playoffs. But you see there, we won against the Red Sox 8-0, and now we won against the Astros 9-3. Oh yeah, that's right. I guess Colomb got that save because he pitched 3 innings. How about that? That's not a typical save that you see much anymore. But regardless, let's go ahead, simulate to game number 2, and let's see what the pitching matchup for this will be. Let's actually see what's going on in the rest of the league. So it seems like the Cleveland Indians end up winning Game 1 against the New York Yankees 7-5. A lot of high scores so far. All right, so Game 2 is going to be Steven Matz against RJ Alvarez. So let's see if we can get the offense going. It's actually nice not to have to worry about our offense scoring like 1 run or 2 runs getting shut out. That's something new. So let's see what happens. So here we go. Game 2 of the ALDS from Houston. They immediately put a 2 spot up on us, and they put 2 more up on the board in the bottom of the 2nd. We hold them scoreless in the 3rd and the 4th. Matz is okay. They get 1 there in the bottom of the 5th. And all right, so Matz is getting a little tired, so we're going to let him go 1 more inning, and then that is that. So let's get up. So we're down by 5. This is kind of how I actually envisioned the series going. Like, this is how I thought like Game 1 would go, but surprisingly, it was not that bad. Let's put in Moreno, I suppose. Wouldn't be too bad. So warm up Moreno. See if we can get anything going here in the top of the 7th, and we cannot. So we only have 1 hit today. That is not too good. So let's put in Moreno. Do you want to insert? Yes, I do. Okay. So let's see, can he get us through the bottom of the 7th? Yes, he can. And can he get us through the bottom of the 8th? No, he cannot. That's fine. So can we get anything going in the 9th? No, we cannot. So we ended up getting shut out by RJ Alvarez and the Houston Astros in Game 2 of the ALDS. We only had one lone hit, and that hit belonged to, of all people, Jonathan Windham. So let's see, how long did Alvarez end up going? I wasn't paying attention. So he went 8 innings, shutout ball, 11 strikeouts, no walks, only one hit allowed, and then David Robertson came in just to get some work in there in the top of the 9th inning. He had a K in that inning, so it seems like strikeouts were a problem. We struck out 12 times in the game. Steven Matz went 6 innings, allowed 5 earned runs, 6 walks. See, that's what happened. He let up 6 walks. You can't be doing that, especially not in the playoffs. Only 3 Ks, a lot of home runs, 6 hits. And Moreno, he had a rough outing too. 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. He also let up a home run. So I think that was the issue. We struck out way too much, and we didn't strike them out enough. We walked them way too much. And, walks can be a killer, especially if, it happens as much as it did today. So, Orem Owls. So we're losing Jared Foster, Nick Lynch, Jake McDavid, and Angel Almo from the Orem Owls. All right, so it's definitely disappointing that we lost Game 2, but we're still tied 1-1 heading back home to Los Angeles. So I guess I could say the plan was just to lose one of those 2 games. That way we could clinch at home, but obviously, that is definitely not the case. So here we go, Game 3, this one in Los Angeles. So we're going up against Jonathan Quinton, who against Los Angeles Angels in his career 0-1 with a 6.23 ERA, and Fernandez has actually done very well against Houston in his career, 2-0 with a 2.93 ERA. So I believe that's for, is that for their career or just for the season? I'm not 100% sure, but regardless, he's done well against Houston, so hopefully it continues. It seems like our offense is actually, despite the fact that we scored a lot of runs in those first 2 games, and then obviously not in Game 2. It seems like just Harper, Conforto, Windham, and Baldequin are the main suppliers. I mean, McCullough's slashing 167, 333, 333. Muto's hitting 154. Trout's hitting under 100. Arzuna's batting under the Mendoza line. Carpio's right at the Mendoza line. So it seems like there's only just a few players really helping us out. Although I guess that's the same for the Astros too. I mean, even Reed and Springer, they're hitting under 200, albeit with a 375 OBP and 667 slugging. So that's not surprising. All right, so here we go. Game 3 of the 2021 ALDS here from Los Angeles. All right, hopefully Fernandez does what he did in the first game for us. That would be ideal. He's at 37 pitches already through 2 innings. I don't like that, so I'm going to have to pull him early, unfortunately. He's at 51, and they get one there in the top of the 4th. 72, and he's at 83, so he probably can go one more inning, and he can. So he gave us 6 strong innings, only allowed 1 run on 3 hits, so I can't blame him. So let's get up a pitcher. Let's see, who do we want to bring in? Let's bring in Ben Lively. I know there's a lot of lefties coming up, but all right, well, actually, if there is a lot of lefties coming up, I should probably play it safe and bring in Chapman. Wow, there's a very left-handed heavy lineup. It's actually basically the opposite of ours, I suppose. Because we have, 3 lefties, and the rest righties. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lefties. So. All right, so let's see if we can get just 1 run here in the bottom of the 6th. That would be nice. Let's go until runners in scoring position. All right, so we got men on first and second, nobody out. This is where you got to cash in. If we don't score here, we might not score for the rest of the game. So let's see here. We got Marcell Ozuna up at the plate. Not a bad option here, our 6th hitter. Let's see if he can break out of the slump. A 2-0 count. He has no hits today, and he pops out to the catcher. So that is 1 away. Now the double play could potentially get Dan Jennings and the Astros out of the inning. So let's see what Carpio does. 1-2 count, 1 for 1 on the day. Fielder's choice at second, 4-6. Bryce Harper is now at third base, however. So now Carpio at first, Harper at third, and we have our number 8 hitter, Jonathan Windham, who has not done that badly here in the playoffs. So let's see what happens. Windham is up to bat. He's hitless in this contest, and a single, and Bryce Harper's going to score, and the Los Angeles Angels have tied this game up at 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jonathan Windham, our young who I guess he's supposed to be third baseman, but we had to move him to first this year, has come up clutch, and now the game is tied. So if nothing else, Fernandez will not get the loss. So his efforts did not go in vain. So now we have runners at first and second with 2 outs, and Baldequin up at the plate. A 3-0 count, 1-for-1, and he draws a walk. So the lineup will now flip over back to the shortstop, Morgan McCullough, with the bases juiced. 0-1 count to McCullough, 2-for-3 today. Fielder's choice at second base, however. Correa over to a gimmick, and now the inning is unfortunately over, but at least we do tie the game back up there in the bottom of the 6th, and it's now 1-1, so it is now a fresh new game. I'm not going to risk it. We're just going to put in Chapman so we don't mess anything up. So let's see if Chapman can get through the inning. Hopefully he can, and he does. So now we have our 2, 3, 4 hitters up. So Chapman should be okay to pitch another inning, but there are, actually, no, I'm not going to risk it because ideally, you'd go 1, 2, 3. So, whoops, nope. So I'm gonna warm up Ben Lively. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's see if we can get anything going here in the bottom of the 7th. So Mike Trout is on second base with 2 away. Count is 0-2 on Michael Conforto, 1-2. He's gone 1-for-3, and he grounds out first baseman to the pitcher. And that will do it for the top of the 7th inning. So Mike Trout not able to cross the plate. So the score is still tied 1-1. So let's put in Ben Lively. And yes, I do. I want to. There we go. All right. So let's see. Can he get through the inning? Yes, he can, which is awesome. What is he at? He is at 17 pitches. But you have to remember he has solid stamina. So he could probably. Yeah, I'm going to keep him in there because he did good. So. Although he does have to face the 3, 4, 5 hitters, which is pretty tough. But actually, you know what? I'm actually going to play it safe. See, this is something the old Waldo would have done. He would have left Lively in. But now I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to bring in our closer in the top of the 9th inning, see if we can get something going. And hopefully keep the 3, 4, 5 hitters at bay. But here we go. Bottom of the 8th inning. Let's see what we can do. So we have Carpio on second base. So another similar situation. So now we have runner on second, 2 outs, and an 0-2 count, a 1-2 count. So here's Baldequin, and he grounds out to the shortstop. Correa throws over to Reed, and that would be the 3rd out of the inning. So once again, we can't capitalize on the runner in scoring position. And the game is still tied 1-1. So let's bring in our elite closer, Mike Morin. Hopefully he can shut the door here and give us another chance to bat. Well, obviously we're going to get another chance to bat. That was a pretty stupid way to phrase that, but you guys know what I mean. So can he get through this inning? Hopefully he can. And no, he can't. Not cleanly, at least. So there, AJ Reed on second. Donnie Sands, I think, he's a pinch hitter here. So let's see what he does. And we got, oh, whoops, I meant to click the space bar, but I actually clicked half inning. But, oh, well, so let's see here. Let's see if we can walk it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And we cannot. So we're going to keep Mike Moore in. He's only at 13 pitches, so hopefully this doesn't bite us in the ass. And it does not, but that is all we're going to bring him to. 32 pitches, that's probably his max. So let's see here. Who do we want to bring in? We can bring in, I guess, Colomb. Yeah, Colomb would probably be the safest option. Yeah, okay. So let's see if we can get anything going here in the bottom of the 10th inning, and we cannot. So we'll head to the 11th inning. Still tied 1-1. Now you remember Houston was 6-8 in extra inning games this year, so they're not, they don't have an incredible extra inning record, but we're gonna put Colomb in. Hopefully he can get us through this inning, and he does. So we're heading to the bottom of the 11th. Still tied 1-1. Our 8, 9, 1 hitters due up to start the bottom of the 11th. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, here we go. We gotta capitalize on this, and with Mike Trout at the plate. So we have runners on second and third with 2 outs. Of course, the man on second, that doesn't really matter much at this point. We just have to make sure, we gotta hit the ball into the outfield, and then McCullough will get home. And Mike Trout is up at the plate, so hopefully he can do this for us. Let's see, an 0-1 count to Mike Trout, 0-for-4 today, and he flies out to the center fielder. Unfortunately, there wasn't just one away because I imagine that would have been deep enough to get McCullough home because McCullough has decent speed, but regardless, that'll be it. So we'll head to the top of the 12th. We're just not capitalizing today. That's the unfortunate thing. We've had runners in scoring position. Like, how many times have I said, oh, runner on second, runners on second and third, and we just have not been able to get them home. I mean, the only time we capitalized was when we had Harper on third, and who was it? Windham came up clutch with a single, but other than that, we haven't capitalized today. But regardless, we still have Colomb in there, so hopefully he can get us through this inning. He has to face the 8, 9, 1 hitter, so we should be good to go. And we are. So now we have our 4, 5, 6 hitters up to bat. And once again, a runner on second, only 1 out, though. So here is Marcel Ozuna. And actually, I would hazard. I think I'm actually going to put in someone faster than Conforto, just so that in case like there's a single hit into the outfield, we can get him home. It looks like Unro is the guy because he has the most speed. Yeah, so we're gonna put in Unro, and hopefully, yeah, because Ozuna is only the D. Oh wait, no, wait. Yeah, so we're gonna put in Unro into the 5 slot, and so what that does is that gives us more speed on the base paths. So, God forbid there is a single hit into the outfield. I trust Unro to get home more so than Conforto. So let's see here. So 0-0 count, pinch runner on second base, Riley Unro. So here is Ozuna hitless in this contest, and he gets the intentional walk. So they want to face Luis Carpio, and that actually does set up the double play to get them out of the inning. So hopefully Carpio doesn't do it. A 2-0 count to Carpio, and he grounds it to the double play, pitcher to the shortstop to the first baseman, and that retires the side. So unfortunately, the putting Unro there did not work out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll put Ozuna into left field. You'll lose the DH for the remainder of the game. The player. Oh no, I've actually never seen this before. What is this? The DH will take the field and the pitcher will bat in place of the replaced player. Oh no. Okay, that's interesting. I never knew that was a rule before. So today I learned. So we'll I guess we'll trust Unro in the field. I think he'll do okay, especially, it's a corner outfield spot. I'm sure he'll do just fine. Colom's at 32 pitches, so he can get us another inning here, and he does. So we have our 8-9 one-hitters. Let's see if we can get anything going, and we cannot. Colom is at 42 pitches, so he cannot get us through the top of the 14th. Houston puts up a 3 spot on us in the top of the 14th inning. Colom, he was doing good there for a while, but we are facing a tired pitcher, so maybe that'll help us out. Let's just, until runners in scoring position. All right, so we have the tying run up at the plate, and it is Marcell Ozuna, coincidentally, the guy I was going to move to left field. But so we have Harper on second base. We have Unro on first. Ozuna at the plate, 2 outs, facing Alex Scherf. Let's see if we can pick up a big win here. 1-0 count to Ozuna, and it's a double, and Bryce Harper scores. Unro to third, runner from third ties for home. Safe, no throw, and Ozuna makes this now just a 1-run game, and now he is on second base with 2 away, with Carpio up at the plate, so the Angels are not going to go down easily. Let's see what Carpio can do. A 1-2 count, and they're going to bring in Kyle Barraclough. I imagine Carpio is going to strike out, unfortunately, because it seems like whenever there's a 1-2 count, that seems to happen. Carpio is 2 for 5 today with a walk, and he just flies out to Daz Cameron out there in center field, and the game is now over. So Houston loses a heartbreaker Los Angeles loses a heartbreaker to the Houston Astros. Final score of 4-3. That is a shame. Put up 2 runs there in the bottom of the 14th. We just could not convert. I mean, that's the thing. We once again, a runner on second, we couldn't get him home. That just I would love to know how much runners we left in scoring position. So we left 20 runners on base. How much did we leave in scoring position? That would be interesting. Can I see that at all? Maybe I can. I'm sure I can if I. Maybe game log. That's not what I want. Okay, whatever. So that is that. We just didn't convert. We had runners in scoring position several times, and we just didn't convert, unfortunately. So it seems like the Indians swept the Yankees in the ALDS. So let's see how the playoffs are going, actually. So Chicago's up 2-0 on Milwaukee, and San Diego's up 2-0 on Philly. So ours is the only series where, the one team is not up 2-0, or the team hasn't swept, which is actually pretty interesting. If you'd asked me before the series, I would have thought that Houston would have swept us. But regardless, let's play this. So do or die, Game 4 in Los Angeles against the Houston Astros. Tyler Skaggs, your old friend Tyler Skaggs, could determine whether or not we live to see another day, which is pretty interesting. And we have Carlos Carrasco on the bump. So let's see here. Game 4. Hopefully we can come up clutch here, and Houston immediately gets 1 run in the top of the 2nd inning, but we get 2 back in the bottom of the 3rd. But they get that run right back, so now the score is even once again at 2-2. Carrasco's at 81 pitches, and he lets up another run in the 5th inning, so that'll be all for him. All right, so let's get up. Let's get up Chapman again, I suppose. Yeah, why not? He's been our rock for the most part, so we do not get anything back in the bottom of the 5th inning. So let's put in Aroldis Chapman. And let's see, can he get us through the inning? Yes, he can. And now we have our 6, 7, 8 hitters up, but first I want to put another pitcher up in the bullpen. Yeah. So let's put up Ben Lively again, I suppose. Why not? Yeah, okay, so can we get anything going in the bottom of the 6th? No, we can't, so it's still a 3-2 game. So let's get Chapman out of there. I don't want to risk it. Put Lively in. Can he get us through the top of the 7th inning? Yes, he can. So let's go into a runners in scoring position. Okay, so we still can't get anything going. Can he get us through the top of the 8th inning? Yes, he can. So it's still a 3-2 game in the bottom of the 8th. Our 4, 5, 6 hitters are due up. Let me warm up Michael Morin to pitch the top of the 9th inning. Mike Morin. Yeah. Okay. So until runners in scoring position. Okay. So we have runners on first and second with 1 out. Oh boy. And now we got Carpio up at the plate. Let's see what happens. 2-2 count to Carpio. 0 for 3 today. Grounds it to the double play. Aruas to Correa to Reed. And that will end the 8th inning. So once again, we can't capitalize with runners in scoring position. It seems like that's been the story in this series. So let's put in Mike Morin. And he gets us through the top of the 9th. So it's down to our 8, 9, and 1 hitters to keep our season alive. So let's go batter by batter. Taking the mound for Houston, Ken Giles. Great. 1.82 ERA, 108 to 20 strikeout to walk ratio. Here's Windham, 1 for 3 today, and he strikes out looking. So now Baldequin up at the plate, 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, and he singles on the 2-0 pitch. So at least we're not going down without a fight, I suppose. So here's McCullough, a 2-2 count, 2 for 4 today, and he grounds out Moran to Reed. Baldequin does get to second though, so it'll come down to JT Realmuto going up against Ken Giles to keep our season alive. Baldequin is on second, a 1-2 count, hitless in 3 trips, and he singles. Baldequin to third, runner from third, tries home, save! No throw. The game is now tied at 3 as JT Realmuto delivers a clutch RBI single, and the Angels have lived to see one more day, at least at this point. Now our stud center fielder Mike Trout up at the dish, 3-1 count, 1 home run and 2 RBIs, and he draws a walk. So now Realmuto goes to second. Giles seems to be a little flustered. Ben on first and second with 2 away, and now here's our cleanup hitter Bryce Harper, 2 for 3 today, 1-2 count, a 3-run home run, and the Angels have walked it off here at home thanks to a 3-run home run by Bryce Harper. Oh my goodness. You can't get much better than that. Down to our final out in the bottom of the 9th inning. We put up a 4 spot and we defeat the Houston Astros 6-3 and force a Game 5 in the ALDS against the heavily favored Houston Astros. Wow. You can't get much better than that. So let's see here. So every other series was a sweep. Chicago swept the Brewers 3-0. San Diego swept the Phillies, unfortunately, 3-0. But how's Jake Thompson developed? He developed quite nicely. Once again, in my save file, he did not develop that well. But, oh well. So, Game 5 against the Houston Astros, thanks to that walk-off by Bryce Harper. So we're going to be going up against their ace, I suppose, RJ Alvarez. And we got Steven Matz going for us. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start Fernandez. Because we need our best pitcher, and then I'll put in Matz or Fulmer later. But we're going to start Fernandez today because he's been absolutely untouchable in the playoffs. You see that 0.82 ERA in, 3 or 4 starts? We got to do it. So here we go. Do or die. Game 5 elimination game from Houston, Texas. Let's see if we can defeat the heavily favored Houston Astros. We can't do anything in the first, and Houston puts up a 5 spot in the bottom of the first, and that's it. We are done. You can't even say it's because of stamina either, because he's fine. You know, he was 72% rested. That's not the reason why. It's the way things happen sometimes. So let's put in Steven Matz, I suppose. And let's see, can we get anything going in the top of the second? No, we can't. So let's put in Mats. Just get Fernandez out of there. It's not worth it. Okay, so we are getting shut out once again. Oh, but we get a 3 spot there in the top of the 5th, so at least we're not going to get shut out. Oh my God, we got a 4 spot in the top of the 6th inning, and we're leading the Astros 7-6. Oh my gosh. We might do this, homies. We might do this. We might do this. We get another run in the top of the 8th inning. We're going to leave Mats in there. See if he can get us through. Oh my gosh, he got us through. So let's warm up our closer, Mike Morton. Bro, you guys already knew. Like, you could tell in my voice I was a little upset when we let up 5 runs in the first inning, but no one could have predicted that we were going to do this. So let's get through this. We get 2 more runs in the 9th inning, so we're going to throw in our closer in a non-safe situation to close the door. He has a 4-run cushion to work with. Let's go batter by batter, 9-1-2 hitters. Let's see what happens. So here's the new pitcher for the Angels, Mike Morin. He has the chance to send the Angels to the American League Championship Series for the first time in quite a while, and he forces a ground out to the first baseman, Jonathan Winham, to begin the inning. So 1 away. Let's see what happens now against Daz Cameron. Over 2 today, and he hits a single, so Astros aren't going to go down without a fight. So here is George Springer up at the plate. 2 for 4 today, and he strikes out swinging 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning in Houston. The Angels 1 out away from advancing to the American League Championship Series against the Cleveland Indians. Let's see what happens. A 2-2 count, and it's a wild pitch. Daz Cameron to second. So now it's a full count to the hitter, Garrett Stubbs. 1 for 2 today with a walk, and he flies out to Michael Conforto in left field, and the Angels, in dramatic fashion, come back in this series and win 3-2 and advance to the American League Championship Series. Wow. That is incredible. The Astros were up 6-0, and they lost 10-6. Wow, that is incredible. There's no words. You know, our offense came up extremely clutch. It looked like Alvarez was going to be, or not. Wait, what happened to Alvarez in that game? Wait a minute. I thought Alvarez started Game 5. No. Oh, that's what happened in the first inning. Gerber hit a grand slam versus Fernandez. That's where all that damage came from. Wow, Alvarez did not have a very good outing, and then Colin McHugh just had a really rough. Wow. Okay. So that's what happened there. So, homies, for the first time in this series, the Los Angeles Angels have advanced 3-2 to the League Championship Series, and we will be facing the Cleveland Indians. Wow. I gotta say, it feels pretty good. I mean, obviously after we got shut out in Game 2, 7-0, and then we lost 4-3 there in extra innings in Game 3, it was not looking good. But then the team just came up clutch, man. We got that 3-run home run by Bryce Harper in the bottom of the 9th inning in Game 4, and then Game 5, the offense just exploded. Harper was the series MVP, and deservedly so. So I think that'll do for episode 19. This is just incredible feeling. Just out of all the years that we just came up completely cold and we choked. It finally paid off at least. I know we're not in the World Series, but to get to the ALCS for the first time. In this, we get 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, in the 6th year of this franchise. It feels pretty good, but be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I know I personally enjoyed this series. It was very, very entertaining. The ALDS, that is, not this, not the series as a whole. I mean, I've enjoyed that too, but now I just sound like an idiot because I can't phrase things correctly, but, oh well, there will be a video up tomorrow. As always, it will be the MLB The Show Fantasy Draft franchise. And just to address any questions, because some of you might be wondering, I'm not 100% sure. The reason I've not started my Phillies franchise or my Road to the Show series is because the OSFM rosters are still not out. We're just waiting for those to get released. But as soon as they get released, that new schedule I talked about a few weeks back will go into effect, and we will start those Phillies franchises and the Road to the Show series. But that's all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day.